Look at that, dude. That's yard sale material right there. And get our helicopter's licenses, you know what I mean?
Then go flying, man.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are here at the original Goon Squad garage, and today we're gonna continue working on our 2020 Audi R8 Decennium. And as you guys seen in the previous video, we popped into that interior over there and popped out the SRS module, and we shipped it out along with the seat belts to get rebuilt and all that good stuff. Then after that, we started buffing this quarter panel right here, got it nice and smooth, got rid of all the little lint or trash that was in that clear coat. Then we got rid of all the swirls, and then we gave our first attempt of that matte wrap right there, and look how it turned out. Absolutely disastrous right there, dude.
I mean, it was almost good. From the top up, it was almost good. It's just the technical parts we kind of didn't get on point.
Yeah, we did a little bit of research after the fact that we installed that right there and wasted a little bit of wrap, but we should have started like from this curve right here and kind of worked left and right. And also, I think we mixed our solution improper or something like that.
Yeah, I think we put a little bit too much soap in it.
Too much soap in it, but you know what? I think this second round, I think we're gonna get it down and it's gonna look good right there. And also, you seen previously, we cooked some food and we did a little bit of coyote control. That was a pretty fun, the food part, the coyote control.
I mean, didn't come out, man.
He didn't come out, and you know what? I think we might just let that sucker roam around.
Dude, let him roam around.
Cute little fella.
Hasn't been back in a few days, but you know what? I might just buy some extra tennis balls and let it play with them or something like that.
Dude, talking about buying stuff, I think you could actually buy a domesticated coyote or a bobcat.
Dude, you can buy anything in Tennessee, man.
It's legal, so that's crazy. Maybe we'll do that one of these days.
Buy a bobcat, dude.
Bobcats are sweet, dude. But anyways, let's just go ahead and focus on this quarter panel right here. Bring out the steamer, steam this sucker off, remove that, and give it another shot, and hopefully we can make it match the rest of the car. My goodness.
Paint was too fresh, man.
Dude,
too fresh.
Are you kidding me? So we just got to just unwrapping this sucker, using the steamer and everything, and oh my goodness, that right there is just a nightmare.
Devastating, man, devastating. I knew the paint was fairly fresh, but you know what? If we would have wrapped it the first time, I think it would have been all right, you know, properly. But man, this stuff is so sticky right here. It's even stickier than if it was like this stuff right here, because new stuff is like super sticky.
Yeah, new paint and new wrap sticking together just makes like this almost permanent bond, if you will.
Yeah, definitely.
And we even did throw extra soap in there, so it shouldn't have stuck that hard.
I mean, that don't mean anything right there. That's some fresh paint. You can still kind of smell the paint, because like after we wrapped it, it was probably still, you know, like curing a little bit. So I mean, that's just part of it right there, man. It's gonna have to repaint this quarter panel now,
this ain't nothing. Honestly, you know what? Like this stuff used to kind of just like break us down a little bit, but now it's just like, this is gonna be awesome.
I mean, this is just a quarter panel. You pop this sucker off, repaint it in like a couple of seconds, and you're good to go.
It'll probably take a couple hours, but you know what? I think we're gonna definitely let this cure. We're gonna probably pop this off the car, probably let it cure in the sun, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
Before we even sand it and prep it for another paint job.
Yeah, because then again, if it doesn't cure 100% and you repaint it, you can even have like a disaster.
Even more of a disaster.
Even more of a disaster when you're painting it, because if you're painting fresh paint on a fresh paint job, it kind of doesn't mix, right?
Yeah, it like has a ripple effect sometimes around the edges. So,
yeah.
You know what? We're definitely going to do a little bit more brainstorming before we decide 100%. But you know what? Let's unwrap it. Then we'll probably move on to a different panel, maybe.
Move on to the door or something like that and see if we can knock it out.
Alrighty guys, so check this out. We finally got this door completely sanded, buffed, and polished, and even wrapped up. And I gotta say, that looks absolutely amazing right there. All the corners, all the edges, everything went nice and smooth for the most part. Give them a little up close right quick, dude. Shoo, you see them bubbles?
There are some water bubbles up in there, dude.
That's the only thing that's kind of just giving us a little bit of a scare right now, because this did take a good bit of time to just wrap right here. But we did a little bit of research, and apparently the sun is supposed to evaporate those air bubbles, or not air bubbles, those are more like water pockets or something.
Yeah, there's
like
a little bit of water. I mean, as you can tell, it's like condensation in them and stuff like that. Hopefully the sun takes care of those,
yeah,
dude.
it said even up to like a week or so. So we're gonna probably not mess with this. We're gonna give it a couple of days and see what the sun does. Just let the sun take its toll on this sucker, and hopefully it just flattens everything out and just gets rid of those air bubbles right there, or water bubbles right there. But for the most part, I gotta say, this second run on the second panel right here gave us a lot more practice. So the quarter panel was a little bit of a disaster. This one right here was a
little bit better.
A little bit better.
Yes,
now
sir.
we're gonna move on to the biggest panel, which is gonna be that hood, and we really gotta make sure we don't mess up on that hood right there, because if we waste any more of this film right here, you know,
may not have enough to rewrap some of this stuff.
Exactly, and this stuff is pretty pricey, and I'd say we probably wasted around like what, 200 bucks worth of film already, dude?
400 bucks, who knows? But if we have to, we will buy some more. But for the most part, we're practicing. I mean, we're not professionals,
this
man.
This is what it takes, dude.
Yeah,
if you want to
dude.
learn, you got to spend a little bit of money. You might lose a little bit of money. But anyways, right now we're gonna set this sucker aside, jump onto that hood, get it buffed and polished, and hopefully get this matte film applied on that sucker. Guys, so it is actually the next day here, and check this out. This right here is our best panel yet, the biggest panel of the hood, and we managed to knock it out, and I think that right there will pass. Don't you think right there?
Dude, 100%. I mean, that looks super good, matches the rest of the car. Man, that was a tough one though, I gotta say.
Dude, definitely. It took a lot longer than the other panels, but you know what? Now that we learned a few little different techniques, we were able to just get it flat, make sure there was no air pockets or water bubbles, and we got all the edges nice and smooth. I still think we'll probably have to get it out into the sunlight. That way it could actually maybe like flatten. I think this is like the self-healing stuff, I believe.
Yeah,
so.
definitely. And I mean, there may be little minor air bubbles here and there if you can see them, but those are gonna go away, dude. The tiny ones, they're definitely gonna go away.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're gonna probably do right now, is try to get this sucker out in the sunlight along with that quarter panel, because what we plan on doing is actually setting this R8 aside for a little bit, because we don't have any more parts that we need to assemble that front bumper. We can't assemble this rear end because we gotta fix this quarter panel right here, and we can't assemble this door right here because we are missing the glass for that door. So I'm still missing a bunch of parts, still waiting on a few things, but you know what? We got other things that we wanna just share with you guys. We wanna update you guys on that 67 Camaro right there, update you guys on any of the other unfinished projects that we have, the Cadillac over there. We got a bunch of stuff. We only got 3 builds going on right now, so we don't have a bunch of stuff going on. Oh, we do got the shop build as well, and the new house build, so we won't count those as
but
builds.
3 car builds that we're mainly focused on. I mean, the Audi, I mean, it's coming to completion. All we got to do is basically just repaint this stuff. We do have a new panel at the dealership that we need to pick up and paint, so we may even end up painting all that stuff, getting it ready, you know?
In the next video, I think we'll focus on painting the rest of this stuff if this cures in time. But anyways, right now what we want to do is go ahead, probably toss that door back onto this car, set this car out into the sunlight, and we're going to probably give this garage a clean. It's been a mess for the longest time, and I'm just sick and tired of looking at it like this.
Dude,
You know
I mean, it is pretty messy. I mean, you can see it on video, but you know what? We've been busy. Like you said, 3 builds and then the shop and stuff like that. But you know what? We're still getting stuff done,
Exactly.
man.
We're still cranking videos out for you guys, and that's the most important thing, is to bring you guys some awesome content. And we mainly want to clean up that area as well right there, and also we want to prepare the helicopter to get...
Hey, that's a 4th build.
Oh my goodness,
that's a 4th build, but it's not considered a car, but that's a 4th build. But we want to clean that side up because we got some explaining to do.
We'll explain that actually a little bit later about the helicopter. Right now, I say we go ahead, pull this sucker outside, and clean this place up.
So we got this side of the garage quickly cleaned up. We got all the parts out here. We just need to reorganize everything once we get the other side cleaned up, which we'll do that in a little bit. But we lowered the car. We wiped this sucker down just to see that beautiful paint in this beautiful car once again. And honestly, to tell you guys that this thing is making a comeback here real soon, dude.
Exactly. And I don't know which one's going to go first of the other builds, either the Cadillac or this car right here, but we're definitely going to finish up the next 2 builds that are unfinished after the R8.
100%. We're just going to hop on whatever we can next. So whatever we can do to the R8, if we're going to be waiting on parts, we're either going to jump on this or the Cadillac. But this thing is just an absolute beast, man. We got to get this thing running. I mean, we're really close. We did mention that we're waiting on a few parts, but honestly, I think we're just going to make our own parts, dude.
We might have to. We got to just try to get this sucker running. I know we could change things up a little bit later, but we really want to get this thing at least driving around. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Or at least get this engine started. So that's the main thing, is to get this thing running. That way, once this thing runs, then we can move on to getting this thing driving and stuff like that. But we already got our wiring harness in. Main thing is headers. We may even throw the stock headers back on this thing, maybe customize them, just do what we got to do to get this thing started up,
Yep.
dude.
One of the main things that we really got to do is also manufacture like a fuel system. I think we're going to take the stock fuel system and just use that and try to get it just mocked up under there somehow.
Yeah, we'll do something. We'll probably end up bringing the Camaro back out here, dropping that fuel tank, whatever we need else. We still need the throttle pedal and all that good stuff. Remove everything we can and just start putting this thing together. That way we can get this thing one step closer to start.
Yeah, this thing's going to be super epic. Honestly, dude, this right here is going to be a lot of power. It's not going to be like, I think, 1,200 horsepower, but it's going to be different type of power. It's going to be rear-wheel drive.
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
I'm just wanting a classic car, man.
Yeah.
Just a classic car feel. The Camaro look is just such an amazing car with the front end on it and stuff like that. This thing is just going to be a super fun car to drive, and it's going to have the power behind the wheel, dude.
That is right. But right now, I say we go ahead, clean up this other side right quick, and then we'll let you guys know what we're doing with the
helicopter. right, so there you have it, guys. We finally got the garage nice and clean, basically reorganized everything and just swept this whole entire thing up, and it makes me want to get back straight to work. But you know what? We're going to talk about the helicopter right now, and we did mention a few times that we're going to get back on that thing here as soon as possible, and what we're going to do is actually get that thing sent off to Sevierville, Tennessee. TJ Helicopters over there on the wall, and they're actually gonna do the whole entire overhaul kit. They're gonna rebuild that sucker from the ground up. I mean, we did already purchase the big items like the whole entire overhaul kit, which costed us like around $120,000. All those boxes over there, the shelves, we got a bunch of boxes outside. We still got this big old tail cone in this garage right here, this big old wooden crate. And I think that would be the smartest thing to do, because there's just gonna be like a million pieces that we gotta put back together. And honestly, we're not professionals. We were gonna do this with the professional, with the actual engineer, I think a helicopter engineer, whatever. And he was gonna sign off on all this stuff and double check everything. But our garage wasn't built in time, and just a bunch of stuff came up, and we're building builds everywhere, and we're not like professionals in helicopter right now.
That's right, and plus that sucker is going to be in the air. We got to make sure it's put together properly, and we've already had like a couple months off. You know what I mean, off that thing. So we really don't know where stuff goes back.
Yeah, we have everything in boxes, everything labeled and stuff like that. But you know what? I think it's going to be the best bet to just get that thing sent off. We may even do that. I mean, in the next video, you never know.
Yep.
We may go ahead and package everything up and take it over there, and they're going to do their thing on there, because we want to get in the air as soon as possible.
That's right. That's our main goal, is to actually get that sucker rebuilt and then get our helicopter's licenses. You know what I mean?
Then go flying, man. Go land here. Go just we're not gonna be driving no more after that's done, right? We're just gonna be flying everywhere, dude.
We're gonna fly from here to the new Goon Squad garage to the headquarters and just fly around to the dealership. Oh my goodness!
Flying through the mountains, dude. That thing is gonna be so epic. We honestly are super excited about that. I mean, I don't even know, dude. It's gonna be crazy.
That's what I'm talking about. And we're actually gonna do that probably tomorrow in the morning. That's when we got it scheduled. So we might even start putting stuff on the trailer this afternoon, dude.
So I mean, we're gonna be ready. That's gonna be our most important thing next. And then we may even jump back onto the R8, paint a few things, or we may jump back on the Camaro. Who knows what can happen? We can throw a curveball at you guys. But that's gonna be pretty much it for this video, and hope you guys have a good one.
Also, guys, don't forget, if you want an inside scoop before YouTube, definitely give us a follow on Instagram at Goon Squad. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Be sure to drop your comments and thoughts down below. We'll catch you guys next time.